So the thunderstorm vlog I made this morning, it's Friday evening, and I made the thunderstorm vlog at 5 o'clock this morning. I realised I could poke the tripod out of the double doors that are across the room from me and just poke the phone through the chains and leave it standing there, so it was a different view to the one that you normally get, which is across the garden from the carport. And the storm started at about 4 and had vaguely disturbed me. And in the end, I just got up, and I was up till 6 o'clock. So it stayed around. It was around sort of, for a good 2 hours. The rain probably sounded heavier because the phone was next to the polycarbonate greenhouse. It was heavy rain, but I think probably the sound is amplified by the greenhouse. Thank you to Janie Dave for telling me that the Kiva link that I put on my vlog was taking you and showing you my address. Great, eh? I actually clicked on the link just now to see what she had seen, and it wouldn't take me to the page. So I don't know whether that there was a glitch and it wouldn't take me to the page, so I've deleted it anyway. It really isn't the answer to the problem loaning to Kiva, but we have been loaning to Kiva for such a long time, and I've just been redoing the loans. I thought it was about time I put some proper money into it rather than just reloaning. So it made me feel a bit better doing that. Whatever day that was, that may not have been yesterday, or it could have been. I don't know. I can't donate to a school dinner for a child or school dinners for a child. I can't do that in the UK. All of the school dinners are managed by companies or councils, and I would be. It's a bit like the whole food bank thing. There shouldn't be food banks. There shouldn't be charities feeding people. It shouldn't need someone like me or someone who lives in the UK to pay for a child's school dinners. Somebody's just said to me, Inga Wilhelmsen has just said to me, school dinners are free in Sweden. School dinners are free in Finland. What is wrong? What is wrong with feeding children? It is so important. So important. I think, and this is just off the top of my head, that they did a study of the difference in abilities and the difference in cognition and the difference in learning with children that were given breakfast and lunch at school compared to those that came possibly without breakfast. And now they're talking about children not being fed at lunchtime. And I know a couple of people have said, well, that's wrong, they will be, don't worry, they'll be fed, their parents have an account. But their parents can't afford to put money on the account now, it would seem. That was how it came across to me. The school dinner lady that was on the march was saying, that it didn't used to happen very often, and now they're seeing more of it. It's terrifying. So yes, I published the book of Catherine this evening. She's commented, I think that's the shortest comment I've ever seen from her. I do hope it sparks you, Catherine, into doing something with your words and your humour. You really ought to. We had quite a productive day, I suppose. I went shopping and left Mark here to get the garage sorted for the déchetterie, and I went shopping because I was going to make risotto. We didn't have a fast 800 day today. I was going to make chicken risotto. Came back feeling really pleased with myself. I've got the shopping. He can now go off to the déchetterie, and I realised I hadn't got any Parmesan cheese, which is quite a major component of risotto. So to go with him to the déchetterie, which it felt a long time, and then come back and cook the risotto. But the risotto was really nice. I'd watched Mark and I can't remember her name on Les Roseries, and they'd been harvesting their shiitake mushrooms, and it was because Mark was making his version of risotto, and it made me think I'm going to make risotto. And then I watched Celebrity Master Chef, and they made prawn balls with sweet and sour sauce. So that's what I've made this evening. They weren't very nice. I don't have in the house just common communal garden, just flour, basic flour. I've always got demi complete. It's or spelt, which is, I can't remember what it is in French, or is that's not in French, but I've never got the sort of flour that's light and fluffy. So the prawn balls weren't light and fluffy. Sweet and sour sauce was okay, but I won't do that again. Really fiddly, time consuming, but it was okay. So we had that. The battery came today that we've bought to back us up over winter if we have power outages. And it charged up in fully charged, I think it was in 2 hours, plugged into the mains, and we're going to take it up and have our machines plugged into it tonight to test it, and hopefully, well, I'm sure it'll go all night. I can't remember. Oh, does it? Oh, it probably does say how many hours battery life there is, but we'll test it tonight. It'll be good to know that we've got it as a backup, because for me the CPAP machines are top priority. Freezers can stand being turned off for 24 hours or longer if they're not opened. Fridge we can get around, so but CPAP machine for me is really important. I fell asleep the other day. I actually went and laid in the hammock and actually fell asleep. I never really fall asleep in there, because what happens is you get folded up, and I've got all of this and I've got these, and I get folded up, so it's, I'm really constricted, and so it's not easy to breathe in the hammock for me. I could do with being plugged into my machine out there, but I actually fell asleep the other day. It was amazing. I fell asleep, but I woke a couple of times, sort of gasping because I wasn't breathing. So the CPAP machine is really important for me. Canada, I keep looking at bits about Canada. I keep thinking about this and looking at that and thinking, well, we'll do this and we should do that. And we've gone from spending 8 days in Niagara to possibly 2 or 3, and the 3 is because Mark thinks we probably need longer, because we'll be tired after hauling ourselves across from Paris. But Niagara Falls is amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and I want to go back and visit it. But the area that I remember, Clifton Hill, is like a fucking nightmare now. It's like some form of Disney, and we're not. We really don't do Disney, and it's like Disney, and it's full of experiences and rides and noise, and it looks absolutely awful. And it's on Clifton Hill. It's like the main drag. It's Clifton Hill, and I remember when I was there when I was 11, that at the top, along the top of Clifton Hill, the railroad crossing ran, so that every so often you would hear the bells of the crossing go. You'd go up and you'd hear the hooting of the freight train as it trundled across, and I was really, really looking forward to going up and seeing that as an adult and really taking it in. And the train doesn't go that way anymore. They bought so many kilometres of line, I can't remember now, 20 kilometres of line, and they've rerouted it and lifted the rails, and there's no reason for us to go up Clifton Hill, not at all. So yeah, so it's going to be probably three days, 3 nights, 3 nights in Niagara, and then we'll go back and stay in Toronto for a bit, and then we'll do the train, and then we're going to go to Vancouver, and Vancouver looks like it's a good place to stay longer. So I keep jigging it about, and that's good because I can do that because we've not done it yet. I can book stuff. You can book stuff on booking.com, which is quite exciting to do because it sort of helps you think that it's really happening, because you can cancel right up until a few days before, so, or you can modify. So I've been booking stuff just thinking, okay, we'll go there, we'll do that. But Niagara isn't the actual landmark. The falls obviously are unchanged or little changed, but the surrounding area looks grotesque. There's a programme on telly at the moment that Griff Rhys-Jones is making about his journey across Canada, and I sat and watched the episode where he was in Quebec and Montreal, and then I watched the second episode, the beginning of it, and he's in Niagara, and he looks really pained. I can't remember what he said, something about if it looks really tacky on camera, I can assure you it is much worse in real life. Oh, and he tried, there's a national dish called poutine, which he tried, and I've seen somebody make it before, and it looks disgusting. It's chips or fries with curd, cheese and gravy on top. It looks absolutely disgusting. He couldn't eat it and couldn't see why it was supposedly special. And he said it was, I suppose, the equivalent to having a night out somewhere else and getting rat-arsed and having a curry or a kebab. And I could see that, but there's no way I'd want to eat that. So one of the things that I've been thinking about is that I am a carnivore, and the meat that we eat mainly is grass-fed beef, grass-fed pork, grass-fed lamb, and I'm wondering whether the meat that I'm going to be eating over there in North America is going to be grain-fed. So that's one of the things going through my head. I got plenty of time for these things to go through my head. I play Scrabble with a friend who lives in the UK, who has been here twice, and she messaged me to say, I'm going to stop after this game and we're going away for a big holiday and we'll be back, and I'll start again when we come back. And I said, oh, great, where are you going? Niagara. I mean, she's doing Toronto, and then going up country up to Newfoundland and up that way. But it's just astonishing. It was a bit of, a shock really to find that she was going as well. So she's fit to explode because she leaves on Monday. I feel really excited for her and know that I'll be fit to explode come next year. That's it really. Next up for you is a tour of the garden, which you'll get in the morning, and you'll get this on Saturday evening. And on Saturday evening we're going to Lizzie's vernissage in Memorion, which I might be able to vlog. I don't know, I'll ask her. I think I probably will be able to. We're going to go and do that tomorrow. So have a good weekend, and I'll be back, of course.